For most people, the word famine belongs in history books or news clips about distant countries. But looking at the world through a lens of anti-fragility, I have to give you a serious warning. The fracture of the global food supply chain is becoming the massive, gray rhino event of 2026. Last month, the FAO and the World Food Programme released their latest Hunger Hotspots report. Behind the cold data lies a world order that is quietly restructuring. 16 regions globally are flashing red. Sudan, Haiti, Palestine, and Mali have entered IPC Phase 5, that is, catastrophe. This means people there aren't just looking for food, they are waiting for their survival systems to shut down completely. Now, you might ask, that's tragic, but what does it have to do with me? The shelves at my local supermarket are still full. That mindset is called survivor bias, and it is the biggest hole in your survival strategy. Here is the reality, this crisis is different. For us in developed regions, it won't show up as starvation. It will evolve into three invisible threats: structural inflation, security degradation, and dietary class division. Why is 2026 the tipping point? Because all the safety buffers are gone. We are witnessing a classic butterfly effect. Link 1, the funding gap triggers a cost tsunami. The WFP report reveals a core crisis, a severe shortage of humanitarian funds. Every 1% cut in aid pushes hundreds of thousands from crisis to emergency status. When ration quotas are cut by 50% or more, starving populations have only one choice: migration. The projection: in 2026, mass survival migration will slam into geopolitical fault lines. This will instantly drive up the costs of global shipping, insurance, border control, and security. These hidden costs will eventually land on every price tag you see, from your coffee to your electronics. Link 2, the boomerang of food nationalism. When major grain-producing nations see global instability, their instinct isn't to share, it's to close the gates. We are already seeing signals that rice exporters in Southeast Asia and grain giants in South America are tightening export quotas to protect their own populations. The projection: global trade flows will clog. Once key nations officially announce bans, global food prices won't just rise gently, they will see violent spikes. Link 3, locked-in high interest rates. This is the one that hits the middle class the hardest. Food has a huge weight in the CPI, Consumer Price Index, and has strong inflation stickiness. When food prices stay high due to fertilizer costs, linked to energy, and conflict, central banks cannot justify lowering interest rates. The projection: a famine far away means your mortgage rate stays high, business borrowing costs skyrocket, and the real economy gets stuck in stagflation. Your wallet will feel the hunger before your stomach does. If we don't prepare, we are entering a new normal, the Calorie Caste System. In 2026 and beyond, social classes will be redefined by the dinner table. The organic tier, the top, continues to enjoy expensive, grass-fed meat and organic produce. These will become status symbols, costing 3x what they used to. The processed tier, the middle, to balance the budget, the middle class will be forced to rely heavily on ultra-processed, pre-made meals. The filler tier, the bottom, relies on cheap, high-starch, filler foods, just to maintain caloric intake. You will be full, but nutritionally starved. Supermarkets won't be empty, but they will be defined by price segregation. You will find that buying fresh beef like you did 5 years ago has become a luxury you can no longer justify. In volatile times, panic is useless. Only action matters. Based on this analysis, here is your strategy: tactical level, build your deep pantry. 1. Reject panic prepping, embrace deep storage. Don't go out and buy a pallet of survival bars you'll never eat. That's a waste of money. Adopt the FIFO, first in, first out, principle. Take the shelf-stable foods you actually eat: pasta, canned goods, oil, honey, sugar, and extend your inventory from 1 week to 3 months. Key point, focus on caloric density. In extreme inflation, cooking oil and sugar are the highest value currencies. 2. Water redundancy of food security. Famine often comes with infrastructure failure. If the water supply creates issues due to social unrest or extreme weather, do you have a backup? Action: equip yourself with at least one high-quality portable water filter, like a LifeStraw or Sawyer. This is a low-cost, high-reward insurance policy. Strategic level, asset and skill hedging. 1. Urban microfarming, micronutrient independence. Don't fantasize about growing enough rice on your balcony to feed your family. That's unrealistic. Action: master the skill of growing sprouts or microgreens hydroponically. The logic: in a supply chain crisis, grains will likely be available, though expensive, but fresh vegetables will be the first to disappear or rot. Mastering this skill guarantees you an independent source of vitamins. 2. Defensive asset allocation. Note, this is macro strategy, not financial advice. If your future grocery bill is guaranteed to go up, the logical hedge is to own assets that produce food. Action: look at the upstream agricultural supply chain, fertilizer resources, seed patents, or farmland REITs. Position your portfolio on the side of inflation, using capital gains to subsidize your rising living costs. We need to face reality. The era of cheap, abundant food may be coming to an end. This warning in 2025 isn't meant to keep you up at night, it's meant to ensure you stand firm when the storm hits in 2026. When a tsunami comes, some people drown, and others surf. In an anti-fragile world, food isn't just a meal, it's your last line of defense. But beyond supplies, remember this: trusted community relationships are an asset more valuable than gold. When systems fail, the neighbor who watches your back is your strongest moat. Stay sharp. Stay prepared.